Brown v. Board of Education was one of the most important and influential cases in U.S. history. The decision to strike down the separate but equal doctrine sent shockwaves throughout the country. Although the case wasn't until the 1950s, Brown v. Board's roots are embedded with the creation of the 14th Amendment, which guaranteed equal rights for all freed slaves. Despite efforts for equal rights, Jim Crow laws began to make its way into the states, creating a segregated and oppressive reality for many newly freed slaves. As a result of these segregation laws, lots of opposition from African Americans arose, eventually leading to the 1896 Plessy v. Ferguson case. Plessy v. Ferguson resulted in the separate but equal doctrine being created, allowing for segregated public facilities between blacks and whites for the next 6 decades. In opposition to segregation, the NAACP was working to challenge segregation laws in public schools, and many lawsuits were filed in southern states. Throughout the first half of the 20th century, there were many attempts to end public segregation, and as a culmination, Brown v. Board of Education finally resulted in desegregation. Many social experiments proved how segregation damaged young black children, which ultimately aided in the final unanimous opinion to end segregation in public schools. Chief Justice Warren delivered the opinion of the court saying, "We conclude that the field of public education, that the doctrine of separate but equal, has no place. Separate educational facilities are inherently unequal." Expecting opposition, the court did not immediately give direction for implementation of the new ruling. Instead, it asked all attorney generals of states with laws permitting school segregation to submit plans for how they were to proceed with desegregation. Calling for further action, court discussions issued a second unanimous decision for how the rulings would be carried out, known as Brown No. 2. The legacy of Brown v. Board of Education ultimately led to the desegregation of all public institutions and was a driving force in the civil rights movement.